Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Juan. I am a yarn addict, hence the name Juan the Yarn Addict, and I want to thank each and every one of you guys for stopping by to check out this video today. This video today is a tutorial for the mini window scarf. So I showcased this on my latest live, and many of you have reached out to me wanting to know how to make this. So it's very, very, very simple, very easy. It's unbelievably easy. It's a one-row repeat, and it works in every other stitch. It's literally a double crochet, chain one, skip one. But for my beginner crocheters, I felt that it was important to include this very simple tutorial for you guys to give you guys more confidence to create more projects. And those of us who are advanced, I mean, this is a very easy project. You can throw this together with an outfit if you just want a little something to wear around your neck. The possibilities are endless with something so versatile such as a mini window scarf. So yeah, it just accentuates any type of outfit. It's nothing overly complicated. You can use a solid yarn, you can use a variegated yarn, an ombre yarn. The choices are literally endless, and it's completely up to you. This was a 4-weight yarn that I used, but you can use a 3-weight yarn, 4, 5, 6, whatever floats your fancy, whatever it is that you would like to use. This is one of those projects where you can experiment with yarns just to see how it would look. So without further ado, we're just going to jump right into it. Enjoy, guys. Hi friends, so let's take another quick look at this scarf. So the width here comes in at, I believe, 7 inches. Let me just verify that. Okay, yeah, 7 inches. And I did measure the length off camera. It's 7 feet long. And I used Lion Brand Limited Edition. And it is a medium 4-weight yarn. And the hook recommended size is a 6.5 millimeter or a US letter K. Now, I used 2 skeins for this project. So 340 meters, basically 186 yards times 2. And it took every bit of it with nothing left over. Okay, I was playing yarn chicken with it. But I ended perfectly with 2 skeins for this particular project. You can use whatever yarn you'd like. You can use 4-weight yarn, you can use a 3-weight yarn, it doesn't matter. Any weight yarn would be absolutely fine. And so, yes, you can make it as long as you want. This is completely versatile. I would highly recommend that you don't wear this outside in winter. It's literally just a showpiece to wear around your neck inside the house, or in the springtime when there's a draft and you want to wear something around your neck. It's a nice little decorative piece to add to any outfit. Okay. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and use Loops and Threads Soft Classic in the colorway gray. And I'm going to be using my 6 millimeter crochet hook. This is the Prim letter J, otherwise 6 millimeters. And I chose to use this particular hook because the yarn is dark. So just to make it easier for everybody to see. So let me go ahead and adjust this camera and we'll get started. Okay friends, so to start, what we need to do is create a slip knot on our hook, and however you do that is fine so long as the end result is this. And from here, what we want to do is chain any even amount of chains. I would highly recommend that if you're making the scarf, just eyeball it and see, okay, how wide do I want my scarf to be? For a medium 4-weight yarn using a 6 millimeter hook, a chain of 30 will get you 7 inches. So just let that be your guide. Okay, but if you're using anything else, just make your chains and eyeball it and go from there. And then just verify you have an even amount of chains. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm just going to go 20 wide. Okay, so 20 wide will get you, let's see, what will 20 chains get us? So 6 inches, about, give or take. Okay, a little less than that. But yeah, eyeball it, come up with the width that you want. And once you have an even number of chains, we're going to go ahead and go into the second chain from the hook with a single crochet. And we're going to go ahead and insert single crochets in every chain going down back to the beginning, like so, like this. Go ahead and do that, and I will meet you at the end of the row. Okay friends, so once you've inserted single crochets all along your chains, this is what it should look like. If it curls, it's fine, as long as you have single crochets in every single chain. Okay, from here what we want to do is chain 1 and turn our work. Now the chain 1s don't count as anything, it just brings us up to the next row here. And from here what we want to do is we want to go into that very first stitch with a double crochet. Just like that. And then we want to chain 1 and skip 1 and go into the next one after that with a single crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, go into the next stitch with a double crochet. You're going to get this effect here. Okay, so you have, just always check to make sure you have that chain there. Then go skip 1 and go into the next one with a double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, and repeat this all the way down to the end of the row. Okay, so here we are at the end of the row. I have 2 stitches remaining. What you want to do is make sure you have your chain there after your double crochet, and then insert the head of your hook into that last stitch because you're skipping 1, and then do your double crochet just like that. Chain 1 to carry you over and turn your work. Now for this next row here, what we want to do is make sure that we see this stitch here. You're going to insert the head of your hook into that stitch with a double crochet, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to go into the stitches. We're never going to go in the chains. We're going to go into every stitch. So just so you can see that there, this here is the head of the stitch, and if you look across, you'll see the head of your stitches all across there. I'm going to zoom in just so you can see what I'm talking about here. Okay, so these are called the heads of your stitches. These are the posts of your stitches. That's why you hear people say front post, back post. This is the post of your stitch, and this is the head of your stitch. Okay, at least that's what I call it. Okay, let me back you back up. There we go. And then, as I mentioned, we're going to go into the stitch with a double crochet. Just always make sure you have that chain there in between, because it's part of the pattern. Let's grab some more yarn here. Okay, so once we have a chain, we're going to go back in, do a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, just go back into the head of all of the stitches, making sure again that we have a chain in between our double crochets. And we're just creating windows, little mini windows all along the way. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and finish this row here. Yep, just inserting the head of the stitch there with a double crochet. And then at the end here, you'll see like the top here will be a little slanted. You just bring that back to look for this V here at the end. That's the last stitch. do a double crochet, chain 1, and turn your work. And that's literally all you're doing the entire way. I'm going to go ahead and do several more rows, and then I will meet up with you, but just continue going back and forth just like that. Again, make sure that you're going into the heads of your stitches and not into the chain spaces, okay? I'll meet with you after I do several rows. I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so I went ahead and did several more rows. And so once you get to the desired length, what you want to do is you want to obviously chain 1 and turn your work. But you're going to finish your project the same way you started it, with a row of single crochets. So here, you just want to go into the head of your stitch, the very first one there, with a single crochet, and then go into the chain space, do a single crochet, all the way across, making sure that you're going in the stitch and in between the stitches. In the stitch, in between the stitches, like so, like that. And you want to make sure that the beginning of your project looks like the end of your project. And this is one way to achieve that. And I will tell you, because the project starts out with a chain, we may want to go ahead and do a second row of single crochets, just so it looks balanced. See how this is a little thicker than this side? So I would go ahead, chain 1, turn your work, and do another row of single crochets here, just to balance out your project, to make it look even. This is a microscopic version, obviously, but the process is exactly the same regardless of how wide or how long your scarf is. The process is exactly the same. Single crochet in every stitch going across to make it look comparably even. Just like that. Okay. Okay, that'll work. And then what you want to do is, to finish off, you want to chain 2, just like that. Grab your scissors. Snip a few inches away from the end. Pull the yarn through, just like that. And then what I do is I pinch with my thumb and my index finger above the 2 chains. And then I slide my fingers down and I pull like that. And it creates like this double knot here. It will not come out. So next, what you want to do is you want to take your darning needle here, and you want to thread your yarn through. We're going to sew in our ends here. And let's just go to the end here like that. And let's come back in here. And what I like to do is I want to go in the threads. Don't just go through the yarn here. It holds better when you go through your actual yarn. If you don't have a darning needle and you're using a hook, fine, by all means. Do what you have to do to achieve the result. But if you have a needle to use, do the zigzag technique. So go across, back, and across. Obviously picking up different fibers along the way. Just like that. We're going to go back across, grabbing more fibers, just like that. Remove your needle. And then grab your scissors and trim off what's left here. All gone. Just like that. Okay, so that wraps up this tutorial. The end result should look like this. And if you notice, there's little zigzags. I feel like it's part of the design. It gives it its charm. Yeah. So hopefully you like this very short, easy, and quick tutorial for this very simple project. If you enjoyed it, feel free to give me a like. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed. And of course, hit the notification bell to stay updated with all things regarding me and my channel. So that's all there is. Thank you. Until the next one, have a great one. Bye-bye.